Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Formula Ultimate Season 2 Round 1 campaign. It's going to be a decent race we've got in store for us today. It's been quite close in qualifying. We'll get more on that once my partner joins me. But yeah, welcome to Australia Albert Park then. This is going to be quite a decent race, this one. Give me a second. Yep, oh, that camera doesn't work very well. Oops. Right, so talking point this weekend is a few curb changes to the track. So, let's have a look at some of these curb changes for the weekend. So this curb has been brought much closer to the track than in last season. This to allow the cars to possibly not gain as much time as they used to do. We're going to see a car fly through here any minute now. But yeah, this is one of the exciting corners, one of the tracks corners to watch. Here comes a car through here, so you can see the car flicks through there. That was brilliant. I love seeing these cars. What I love to do, which is a bit sad when people are racing around the track. I love sitting here and watching cars go through the corners. There goes two Emmy Racing cars around the track. There goes the San Leos getting all squirmish out of there. Fishnoom and the Mercedes looking to try and fight for the championship. Those two are, couldn't tell if that was green or pie. Running through here, that was Green Ninja Warrior, reigning world champion, running #1 this season. And unfortunately, it's going to be his last race. Nero through there in the BMW. That was nice through there. The reserve driver for BMW he is. We are looking forward to this race. It's going to be quite a fun one. Qualifying is going to be... It was one of the closest qualifyings last season. We had the top 5 with Silent Green, Epic Lexa, Gosha and Pi Luca. That was your top 5. James qualified in 7th, if you remember that. That was quite the qualifying we had then. And I'm here at this corner, just watching the cars go through, and some say it's sad to do that sometimes. I say, you know what? I do what I want. That is why I am the owner. Another corner to look out for, a corner that was quite controversial last season, is, if you give me a few seconds, I have got Geordie with me. Geordie, say hello, cuz.
Hello.
There you go. He'll join up the game in a second, as technically the session hasn't started. It's still practice, as both BMWs are out there, both Mercedes are out there. Zan Leos and MSGP, Salaman moving from Red Bull to MSGP. Their logo's a bit wrong at the moment. That will change before the race. We also don't have a spectate system because that I fixed. You can see, as we're gonna switch to the drone here, this is another corner to look out for. The high-speed left-right section of the track. There goes Nero through there. Very, very quick. Over the gravel, actually, for him there. That was a bit hairy for him. Welcome, viewers of Formula Ultimate. Let's have a look at chat real quick. No one's in chat. It's a bit sad. Yeah, Geordie, what are you looking forward to this race?
Hopefully the battle of the card is good. Not gonna see some boring race, especially round 1. It's hopefully provide some excitement for us.
Indeed, we do want an exciting race on our hands. Currently, James is 1:19.9. Expected pole time today could be 1:19.8 to 1:19.5. Depends on how quick these guys go. I was watching Green last night in practice. He was looking quite quick, but I don't think it was quick enough. As we see Emmy actually lose the rear end through there. That was a bit hairy there for for the owner driver, the first female driver actually in Formula Ultimate in Season 2, which will be quite exciting. This was also the race where James won by 22 seconds, the biggest win margin in Formula Ultimate history, because of a few mistakes. As still a few drivers out there setting lap times with 1 minute 52 left of the practice session. So yeah, last winner, the top 3 last season was James Green and Forrest. BMW got their first podium of the season and their first career podium here at this very race. Yeah, could we expect a shock podium, or are we just going to expect business as usual from Green, James, and possibly BMW this season, this weekend, Jordy?
It depends how the race goes. I mean, we know that anything can happen in Formula 1, of course, and you know, season opener, everyone's going to be wanting to push for those high points early on, so we'll see how the race plans out, and see if we can get a shock podium.
Yep, this race was a bit interesting last season. It did die out towards the end of the race, which we expected from a race like this, where it's flat out most of the lap, and that is something that Formula Ultimate have been actively trying to battle as the leaders in... I don't actually know what I'm trying to talk about here. But yeah, that we have tried to battle the flat out corners of changing a few curbs, which we have mentioned. This is one of the curbs that have changed, in fact. Through here, we've got a few corner changes. As you see, that red curb there has been brought lower, as there goes the BMW through this section. I didn't actually see him through there. But yeah, there goes the Emmy Racing, Green Ninja Warrior through there. This curb has changed. It's a lot less aggressive than what it was a few days ago and last season, so we won't see as many flips. People, I hope, don't end up attacking that curb as much as we expect. The reason why that curb was so effective, so harsh, was so people don't abuse that corner, and I don't think people are going to abuse it. It's been brought quite far down, and I don't think it's going to be as effective as last season, as there goes Killwick through there, just trying to warm up to the car. Current top 3 then is James Green and Forrest. It's exactly the same top 3 as we had in the race, in fact. BMW going to look on moving towards building their momentum that they had last season in the final round, Abu Dhabi. As we do have to shut down the game now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is very exciting, the top 3 in practice by the looks of things, as I want to screenshot. Okay, I can't screenshot that. Brilliant. We've got it saved. Right, Geordie, top 3 predictions, go.
Green, James, and wait, is Kanye driving?
I think he's joining a bit later in qualifying, but by the looks of things, we are going to have Q1, Q2, Q3. If it stays as is in terms of activity, then we could have a full qualifying format for the first time in Formula Ultimate.
Alright, but I'm trying to see why the hell.
Bear with me whilst I... Where's Roblox gone? Ah, this game is... Nobody go out on track, por favor. Pit closed, hang on. Open that, and we want to open up Roblox app. There we go. Can we get... Anyone want an interview before qualifying starts in 3 minutes time? Last call for any interviews. Zan wants an interview. Zan, alright, Zan, reigning world champions you guys are. I think you're muted. You not got permission to speak or something? Ah, so there we go. Reigning World Champions you guys are. You guys going to look to build on the momentum that you have from last season, as you guys are the only team to lead the Constructors' Championship in Formula Ultimate history?
Very weird lineup today. Luca left our team for a very, very controversial Mercedes, but what can I say? I'm here to step back in, come back into racing for a little bit, help my teammate finish this. So I'm talking to you from the cockpit right now inside of the car. First quali, I've never driven this car, but hopefully we can keep the lead. I'm just trying to score top 5 probably.
Well then, are you guys going to look to try and take the lead of the Constructors' Championship once again in Formula Ultimate?
100%. Like, of course, that's always our goal. You know what I mean? Like, money's always on the line at the end of the day. I'm not sure there's money in this league no more, but you know what they say? Our goal is to be the best of the best. We won multiple leagues, so we can do this if we just believe in ourselves.
Well then, best of luck to you guys. We are
Thank you very
going
much.
to now. That's it for interviews, as the track is going to open in a minute's time, less than a minute actually, for qualifying 1 of Formula Ultimate, leading the way with everyone. Luca at the front of the field with, I believe that is Relu as well in the Aston Martin. So, ladies and gentlemen, Formula Ultimate Season 2. Wow, it's weird saying that all of a sudden. Formula Ultimate Season 2 is going to be underway in 30 seconds time then. It's a very exciting qualifying we have in store for us this weekend as everyone starts dissipating into their voice chats. Let's see what the gang's saying. Nothing at the moment, as it is track open, ladies and gentlemen. The pit lane is open. Everybody's out on track. We've got 14 minutes of qualifying ahead of us then for Q1. Leading the way, we've got, by the looks of things, I can't tell you who's actually leading the way.
It's yeah, it looks like the Mercedes. I think it is Green Ninja Warrior out in front right now.
Warrior.
It is reigning champion. The one who wants the clearest of air is actually his championship rubber from last season, right behind him as well. So, funnily enough, and then we got the Zanlioj in P3.
And Emmy Kilwick, Astronomer. I've just got a bird's eye view now of the track.
Oh. So that's actually Oz. I guess I call him Oz. Yeah, Oz. In P3 for Zanlioj. Still gotta learn everyone's names as well. There's this Fish Noob, the second Zanlioj.
Whoa, that's loud! My apologies. Right.
Alright then, so steering towards the end of the lap right now so far, and
so I've
Ninja Warrior with
I've currently got a bird's eye view of the track. There is quite the train of cars. Green Ninja Warrior, Zan, James, Emmy, Astronomer, Kilwick, and Pi just rounding out this lead pack. There is quite the train, and there's no slipstream, but it is like a mental slipstream you're going to get from this.
Oh, then Green Ninja Warrior, first qualifying lap of the season so far. Let's see how he does. He obviously is sporting the number 1 on his car now. Makes sense. Going through turn 5 this is now. Easy flattening these cars, not even consider the corner with how quick you take these. The high speeds around here, turn 6 as well. Push it flat out onto the gravel a little bit for the reigning champion of the first sector. It's actually advantage James Rigby on about 4/10 quicker than his rival. 29.3 for Green and 28.9 for the Brit. Entering the fast left to right chicane of 9 and 10. Green Ninja Warrior doesn't touch that red curb. Ideally, that is what you want to be doing to lose as less time as possible. And braking now for turn 11. Late apex once again. And onto the gravel a bit for the Canadian, and what is going to be his last race, and he has corner cut unfortunately for him. James Rigby continues on though, going green and purple. Purple to green I should say, with the Zanlioj right ahead of him. I could distract him on the slightest bit, but James Rigby to cross the line. Will it be provisional pole? Of course it is. To the 19.7 immediately. And
not messing about
towards all the time. Which obviously was just Q1, but we've got the bottom 3 out at the moment. And that includes Relu, El Guapo, and Emily. So 2 Emmy Racing cars and an Aston Martin. See Emmy Racing being a new team, and Emily the first female driver, as you said earlier.
Yep.
Emily got some experience again. Floor's gone purple in the middle sector for BMW. And he's got 1 point of the goal to go to spectate him. Forrest to cross the line from P7. Can he challenge at the front of the field? As he crosses the line, he goes up to the front row. 19.8 for Forrest. A pretty decent lap by him. Relu as well, going green in both sectors. He's actually entered the pit lane though for some reason, so not ideal for him. Okay. Alright, let's see what else we got. Who else improving with Toro? So the second Aston Martin also been looking pretty decent.
I think just
again
a little bit.
Oh, there's a 5th car.
Fish
It was
Noob
a
was on that.
Zambio.
Was that Fish Noob?
It was, yeah.
It was.
Bro move.
So Emmy goes up to P4 at the moment. So Emmy Racing move themselves out of that bottom 3. I realised why we haven't actually got decent activity. I didn't ping for Doohickey.
Oh wait, what the? Alright, let's see what else we got. So Fish Noob crashed on his lap. He's gonna continue to settle for another one in a moment.
Yeah, that's right on board actually. And one turn 2, nice and flat there for Fish Noob. I think a little bit of a break into here. He's got Il Fortuoso in the Aston Martin just ahead, and a BMW who's lost the front end. That makes him run wide a little bit, trying to avoid all that traffic. It is traffic paradise in that first sector actually, but he clears both of them nice and easily, and he's got Salaman and Lone Wolf just ahead of him as well in the MSGP and the Emmy Racing, but that was a decent first sector there for Fish Noob. I believe it was a 29.2, so not on pace with James Rigby, but it is somewhere there. James Rigby is improving through the middle sector, but did invalidate the first sector. Salaman also improving on his lap, but we are looking at Fish Noob, who could be a championship, an outside chance for the championship here. Looked quick in pre-season testing as they run through their own sponsors through this track into the rowracing.com section of the track. Flicks the car through this corner, doesn't abuse that curb as much as I thought they would. Flicks the car into here, it's flat through here, and then you need to get the car on the brakes, slam on the brakes at the 100-meter board, flick the car in, misses the apex. Apex is over there, buddy. Again, flat round this final corner, and it's a long run down into down to the line, across the line for Fish Noob, goes third. That is quite a decent lap time there for him.
20.4 for the Zandio, puts him up to P3 again. Yeah, pretty decent lap by Fish Noob, but obviously it looks like he's a rookie, so yeah, he should be quite happy with that. Emily currently with 29.7 in the first sector for Emmy Racing. Down the back straight through going right now. With a quick left right chicane, a quick flick of the steering wheel from left to right. Kiss the apex, and oh, you don't kiss the apex that hard, are you? You're not really meant to do that, as they flipped it at the back straight at the chicane, so not not what you want to be doing, Emmy. Great, okay. Green's actually gone to P13. He hasn't even set a lap yet, so
I don't know how both Mercedes are in that knockout zone. It is a bit iffy there for them, as I've just realised I've been looking at the wrong drivers on the wrong screen. Yeah, so both Mercedes in knockout. This is not what Toto Wolff would have wanted for his team, as there's quite a big huddle in the pit lane of quite a lot of drivers. Need to see if we get any more people showing up, but at the moment Aston Martin with a knockout of Relu, Pai, Luca and Green both getting knocked out at the moment. Who is this I'm watching? Green Ninja Warrior, yes. This is a bit confusing because we've got a new setup here in Formula Ultimate TV. It is hopefully a bit more professional, I don't know. But yeah, Green not improving too much in the first sector, middle sector off par with James Rigby, who is sat in the pit lane at the moment, not doing much, I believe. Just gone out on the track, actually.
So Green's just so far on a mediocre lap. Hasn't been the ideal lap for him, but at this point he just needs to get a lap on the board to at least show something of what he's got. Rounds the final corner and will power down to the mainstream. Melin's actually joined as well. Pai Luca's complaining about the first corner. Ninja Warrior, he's into the 19s, goes up to P3, but it doesn't even beat Forrest. So Green's definitely got some time to find.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Luca complaining of turn 1, I believe, he's actually abandoned his lap. As Kanye Melon's gone on to the track as well, so there's that. Let's see. It's going to bottom 3. It's still Relu who's down there, so both Aston Martins looking to climb back into the, get a better season than they had last time out, with finishing last in the constructors. Currently they're sitting P12 and P11 so far. Is really looking to improve, but his first sector isn't going to show for that. But there's a Ferrari on track as well. Okay. Is there? Yeah, it is a
Kanye.
Ferrari. Kanye, but I can't spectate him. I don't know where is that.
Yeah,
Just
just
reset.
refresh,
Okay.
yep. So Kanye going down the main straight at the moment. Meanwhile, I'm looking at Pi Luca. Pi Luca is invalid. So we'll look at the Ferrari. The team that... Jesus Christ, there's a massive gaggle of cars going down in turn 1. I don't think Kanye's going to be too happy with this. He's flying at the moment, though. The Ferrari did win the Drivers' Championship last season with Green Ninja Warrior. Green Ninja Warrior decided to jump ship from Ferrari to end his, well, his short stint, have his hiatus at Mercedes, as this is unfortunately his final race. As the top 3 separated by 0.3 of a second, and once again, it's the same top in a different order. Ooh! Kanye does run a little bit wide. Top 3 in a different order is the same top 3. Yeah, Kanye not happy about that. Is having a go on team radio. Just move Y outlap and you block. I told you he wasn't going to be happy about that through the first sector of the lap. Zan is on a lap. It's looking rather quick, I believe. Let's have a look. See, we've got 4 minutes left. James Rigby still sat in the pit lane. He believes he's safe, and he is safe in that first sector. All of a sudden, you just watch him get knocked out, but that is not how track evolution in Roblox works. So James is safe. He's sitting in the pit lane. I believe Fish Noob is also sat in the pit lane. I think he's also safe, as there is quite a discrepancy between the top 3, top 5, and the rest of the field. As Aston Martin not really able to set a proper lap time at the moment with Relu. Pi Luca, talk about Relu, just goes 9th. So Relu moves himself away from that relegation zone. Kanye needs a decent lap. Kilwick, as Pi Luca finally goes 8th, finally sets that lap time on the board. It's 8th. I don't think that's going to be too safe at the moment, as there's still Kilwick, Vittorioso, and El Gapo still yet to set a decent lap time. As they're also at mid-21s. Salaman goes P5. Kanye is now on his first flight, well, his second attempt at a flying lap with El Gapo just behind him. Green Ninja Warrior going through turn 2 as well.
This step's going to have to matter for Kanye and Bandit right now. Currently down in P14. 3 minutes remaining on the clock for Q1, of course. It went purple on the first sector of the previous lap. Has lost some time this time round. Has nothing to complain about either. He's got clear air ahead of him. So Kanye Menon needs to hook up the rest of the lap together if he wants to participate in Q2, of course. Powering down the back straight right now. No slipstream ahead of him. Just straight line speed, straight power for the Ferrari. Reigning Drivers' Championship winners, of course, with Green last season. And they won the Constructors for like a few seconds in Abu Dhabi until, what was his name that fumbled in the final lap?
Yeah, the reserve driver for Ferrari did bottle in that final lap. I have actually got it saved as a replay on the replay cameras, which I don't know why I've got that saved, but it's just showing up as a replay now. It was quite a funny moment as I ended up screaming down the microphone. Anyway, back to Kanye Melon. Is he going to be able to elevate himself out of that bottom 3? He does, 7th.
He does, only to P7 though. Not sure if it'll be enough. I think it might be, but he will probably not be happy with that. It's currently Vittorio, whatever, has gone. Oh, he's not in this middle sector. Okay, well, Kilwick, he's kind of on the same spec of lap as Kanye Melon. Hasn't improved in any of the sectors, but just looking to put some sort of time on the board. A little wide through the penultimate corner, a little oversteer for, I believe this is the Hugh Performance, and down the main straight we go with Kilwick from P13. Needs to find an improvement. He doesn't.
Yep, so
he's only got a minute and a half to go, so somewhere near around 2 laps that need to count for him.
So 2 out of the 3, no, yeah, 2 out of the 3 new teams, MSGP and ME Racing, well, they're going to be out of qualifying at the moment with 2 of their drivers. Q Performance haven't shown up yet. I don't know where they are at the moment. But yeah, MSGP, Emmy Racing currently seeing 2 of their drivers knocked out of qualifying as Salaman and Emmy goes P8. Salaman, actually, the Red Bull driver who wasn't known for the big results last season. I don't know if you guys remember him. He showed up in the final 2 rounds of the season. He's 5th, and I wasn't expecting that from him, to be honest.
I currently P5 for he performs. Oh, there's a car spun around. I don't know who that was. I think that might have been Oz for for Zanlioj. Don't know what that was about, but okay. Alright. Let's see. Anyone else improving? Vito is improving. Down in P14 and it needs to. Well, that first sector isn't going to show. Got about 20 seconds to make it to the line. Gonna be close. Doesn't have time to reset his tires, so he's gonna have to go for one final lap, and he needs to make it count. 12 seconds remaining. When did he make it to the line in time? We even got to see that. 5 seconds remaining.
Gonna be close.
He might be the final one to make it to the line. 2 seconds remaining. I think he just about made it with 1 second to spare. Rita was the final, or sorry, Vito was the final one to cross the line, and we're gonna spectate him the whole way around the lap. Because he's going to need to make this lap count through turns 1 and 2. Basically, easy flat with these generation of Formula 1 cars. And into turn 3, you will blast down somewhere near around 290 kilometers an hour by the time you slam on the brakes for turn 3. A bit laggy, I can't really tell. There we go. Okay. Turn 5 now. Easy flat. Same thing with turn 6 where Albon crushed it. And, oh, he's invalidated. So his lap isn't going to matter. And to make things worse for the Aston Martin, he has flipped it at turn 6. Just like George Russell did. Oh, it's going to be a howler for Vito. Obviously, rookie driver signed for Aston Martin to try and recover the disaster season that they had last season. It's kind of the same story. He is down in P14 and will start the race from last. That's Kilwick, I believe it's the same thing. He's invalidated his first sector, and El Guapo for Emmy Racing. I think he's out as well.
Yeah,
I don't think he made
out.
it to the line. Yeah. He didn't make it to the line. 29.8. It's not really going to matter for him. He is out. Your bottom 3. Vittorio, Kilwick, and El Guapo. Okay. So Rilu has made it through. Just about a 1/10 of a second. So times are close in that bottom 3. Yeah. There we go. Who's this? Oh. Okay.
What's happening?
This guy.
Who's this guy?
Trident.
Oh, right. I mean, if he wants to step in the commentary box, no. I know he does work for VCL's thing.
I know I need to log back in.
Alright, waiting for everyone to come back to the pit lane. So, Emmy Racing, MSGP, and Aston Martin are the first 3 teams to have the first 3 drivers to fall in the first Formula Ultimate Season 2 qualifying. So we've now got 10 minutes on the clock. Track will open at track open. What's up, Kanye? Have we got anyone for interviews, by the way? Oh yeah.
There's a car that's just yeah, they've skipped past the pit lane and are on the pit exit line right now.
Alright, Nero's gonna have to bring himself back into the pit lane. It's right, we need to let these cars back into the pit lane. Yep, there we go. Pit lane closed. Don't know what's happening out turn 1. I'm not even. Hang on, let's have a look. What is happening? Oh. Someone's trying to
He's
get
lost his car.
pits open. There we go. Back in the pit lane. Good boys. No. Pie, get back.
Lovely.
Is anyone up for anyone who's knocked out of qualifying up for an interview? There we go. Pit lane is closed. No one leave the pit lane. Right, anyone knocked out of Q2, Q1, sorry, up for a... I don't even think anyone from Q1 is in here. Yeah. Track will open once again, as mentioned. XX0 as a Team FX driver team. That's it. Right. So we got 1 minute until until Q2 starts. Bottom 3's out. And yeah, it's going to be, once again, quite an exciting part of qualifying. And Jam got banned. Oh, another sort of league, I think. Let's see. Alright. Right then, what time is it? We're going to open the track early, there you go. Out you guys go. So, Green Ninja Warrior leads
James
the way.
Wrigley.
What
James
about-
Wrigley is actually something's happened with him because he's left the game and his car is just kind of at the exit of the pit
Is
lane
he?
right now, so I don't think he's doing another league.
Oh, okay, he's been banned from Roblox.
Ah, great, okay. Alright then, well, not sure what that was about, but Ninja Warrior leading the way for the outlaps once again. Everyone now getting settled in. Reset the times.
Oh yeah.
IP banned. Oh.
Oh my days, this guy.
You can't even create an alt or nothing. Oh, this is cooked.
Well, we know who's
Okay.
not going to be leading the championship. Ah,
Well, good news for Green Ninja Warrior then. That was one of his rivals taken out. Basically, not even by a fault of his own, but what it might have been. Depends what everyone would have said. I'm saying with
Yep.
too much traffic,
he's saying
Green
too
Ninja
much
Warrior
traffic.
has not had any traffic to deal with so far.
Yep.
On the outlap, and he's got full track ahead of him for
Hang on. Why is Kanye
Q2
complaining
first
about
lap of
traffic? He's
Q2.
last in the traffic train. There's no one around him other than Pi.
Bruh. Well, continuing with Ninja Warrior, going through, well, about to enter turn 3 now. Taking pretty decently, 4 and 5 corners that are easy flat. Paluk has been blocked by traffic, so there's that. Turn 6 for Ninja Warrior. Again, a little bit onto the sand, kicking up a bit of dust. 29-1. Looks like Ninja Warrior isn't particularly strong in the first sector. Might be where he is losing a little bit of time. Back straight.
Why is Leon out on track?
Easy flat into turn 9 and 10 now. Quick chicane and Green hugging the wall there, trying to take a tight line. Into turn 11 this is. You break somewhere near around the 100-meter board, I'm guessing. And then you've got another flat corner into the third to last corner, which you'll break for. Great message. I can definitely understand what that says.
I don't know why.
Around the final bend we go. Trying to try. Oh. Okay. Oh, James has joined. He's joined back. Okay. Green Ninja Warrior. Oh wow. Okay. 19-5 for the Canadian. New track record. So Grenadier War might have listened to my message, and he is going to provisional pole. 5/10 clear of Kanye Melon.
Yep. Kanye's still struggling with traffic. He is on the radio, screaming and shouting.
He's in the runoff of, I believe that's turn 1.
There's so much empty. I'm going to show you what I'm seeing from my current POV here. This is what I'm seeing. Hang on, let me track. Oh. Crack dev. Ugh.
Love. Why is Connor Sport there?
No.
Okay, well, who else is improving? We got Salaman, 29.4 in the heat performance. A little bit of weaving down the back straight, not sure what that's about. But is he improving in that middle sector? Not quite. For some reason, China is driving. We'll have 12 people. It should only be.
Try to won't count. 2 Qs up.
Okay. Alright, well, on board here with Salaman, trying to put a lap on the board, riding the curb through the penultimate corner. And now towards the main straight we go. Pailuka saying, who's the idiotic car? Salaman up to P5 for heat performance. Behind Aston Martin, Aurelius. Aurelius had a pretty decent lap, 21.1. So Aston Martin with Aurelius at least looked pretty decent. Let's see as well, trying it, he's been killed.
Kanye has got
reset.
Clear track ahead of him with 5 minutes left. No, he doesn't. As I say that, Green gets in his way-ish. He's into the pit lane, so he's gonna. No, he's getting really frustrated with his traffic.
Yeah. Well, it's a non-collision league, by the way. Just letting you know, Kanye. Calm it down. All right, James Rigby. Now that he's back, let's see what he's got.
I do understand with. Oh, I can't actually. Oh, that's the wrong James I'm viewing. Hang on.
I am, bro. I was quicker than you, and you know it. Yeah. Okay. Whatever boost your you go.
So, I need to. Hang on.
James Rigby's invalidated his first sector, so it's not gonna matter for him. Got about 4.5 minutes remaining in this session.
Really isn't adding up here.
13 people. Yeah, who should be only like 11 people.
Oh yeah, there is 11 people. There is. Hang on, no. Ignore the two Q performance cards. Fish Noob talking about no. Get Fish Noob across the line, goes second.
Fish Noob, but the 20-0 green again going purple in that middle sector. Around a few hundreds.
19.5. That is quicker than my prediction, actually. It's on my prediction, but it's going to go quicker.
Running Jordan across the line. 19.7 that he just set. Fish Noob just went for the 20.0. Melon up to P3, 20.0, and then N3 for BMW up to P4. He has a 20.5. Oz improving that first sector as well with a 29.2. Forrest improving 29.1. So P4 improving. With respect to Oz right now is currently in the final sector, 19.8 in the middle sector for him, about 2/10 off a Grenadier Warrior. So it's not been a bad lap for him so far. He's got turn 11 to deal with. Another heavy braking zone. Missed that red curb. Doesn't use up a track on exit, so it might have cost him a little bit of time. But we shall see as he's coming around the final corner, a little bit onto the grass, should be okay. For the reigning Constructors champions, the Zanlioch. Across the line we go. Goes up to P4, 120.4, beats out N3. Forrest also improving 19.9 in that middle sector. He's down the main straight, he crosses the line, and he goes up to the front row alongside Grenadier Warrior, beats out Fish Noob. James Rigby also looks like he's on an improvement lap.
Banana.
Around the final corner, that was all 4 wheels up the track. I believe that was a CC for the Brit. 2 minutes to go. Was it a CC? It actually wasn't. It's only put him to P4 though. Not quicker than his Q2 or his Q1 line.
So
James Rigby, not
Emmy,
ideal for him.
Salaman, and Rilu, both, all three of them currently out of qualifying, which will be a double Q3, double qualifying knockout for the teams. A bit sad for them, but there's still 1 minute 56 for them to gain a bit of time. I'd like to see drivers like Rilu, Emmy, Salaman. Well, Rilu and Salaman, realistically, they're the seasoned drivers in this league. That I'm expecting them to get into Q3 quicker than others, because they are the Rilu is the driver who has driven this track before and did quite well, I'm pretty sure.
Hang on.
Yep, Rilu currently on a lap. I think he's on a cool down lap. He's got the track all to himself as BMW, 2nd and 7th. BMW looking quite quick this season, and I am expecting them to be fighting for the Constructors' Championship, but they do need that second driver. Every team needs that second driver, and at the moment, Zan Lioj, I believe they'll be somewhere up there in the Constructors' Championship. Across the line goes Rilu. Starts his lap then, with 1 minute 10 to go. So that is Rilu done if he doesn't get this lap done.
I think there's something.
All 11 drivers out on the track, all wanting to improve there. None of them think they're safe. As I don't know what Leon's doing out on track. Is Leon just running about the track? Okay, Leon's just running. Anyway, James Rigby across the line doesn't improve, so James Rigby has to get this lap time done now. Well, he doesn't have to. Drivers like Rilu, Emmy, Salaman have to get this lap time done, or else they're out of qualifying. And Nero is going to be the last driver across the line, actually. How's Rilu's lap looking? It's looking somewhat decent, as Forrest purple through the first 2 sectors then, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we like to see from BMW then. As Rilu crosses the line. Is Rilu in or out of qualifying? Across the line is out of qualifying here in Formula Ultimate Season 2. Will not take further parts. Where is it? Forrest across the line. Forrest purple, 1:19.4 then. Can Fishnoob try and beat this? Fishnoob across the line. Is Fishnoob going to be able to beat the lap? No, Fishnoob cannot beat it. Green Ninja Warrior, can he beat the... Can he beat it? It's not improving. Into the pit lane. He is safe at the moment. Salaman and Emmy also... Salaman's out. Is Emmy out of qualifying? Emmy's out. So,
Yeah, they are.
Rilu, Salaman and Emmy out of qualifying. It's Forest Green and Fishnoob, Jam, Kanye, Oz, Nero, Pi and Rilu just Pi fighting for pole position then. Everyone's within a second. Forest, that lap time was something different. I don't know how... I don't know where that lap time came from. Right then. And we see Emmy Racing. Emmy Racing, MSGP and Aston Martin out of qualifying. Their teams are done. Let's... League News. Bottom 3 out. To the point where we've got 9 drivers.
Green, let's see.
No, sorry, 8 drivers
There we
fighting
go.
for pole.
Well, what a lap it was from Forrest. 19.4 beats out the reigning champion by little under a tenth. Actually, a little bit more than a tenth. Can he match that lap though in Q3, where it's all gonna matter for him? Yeah, this Brit right here, stinker, honestly. Okay, go ahead. Turn around for a reason.
Oh shit, let's close the pit lane. So yeah, we're going to have 9 minutes then to decide. No, not 9 minutes. 8 minutes to decide who's going to be on pole position here in Formula Ultimate. So there shouldn't be an Aston Martin at pit exit. Don't know why there is. So those who did not qualify, just a reminder of FUL regulations, those who did not qualify will start from the pit lane. Pit lane starters aren't as, hang on, let me, on track, those who did not qualify will start from pit lane, and last season, pit lane starters did have quite a disadvantage. It's not going to be the case this time, as Fisher's just removing some of the trees. I don't know if he wants us to delay. I don't think we are, though.
You're saying... Are you sure this is 8? What the heck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh wait, no, it is 8. Oh.
Right, 3 minutes.
Yeah, I might have failed year 1. No one asked. 0 SAT score. 1 GPA.
He's doing all this, but it's going to have to be redone for the race game.
Right then. Nah, but you see, F students are the inventors. They're the entrepreneurs of everything, right? So F students, they are like the top tier of the... Yeah, no one's talking to you, Melon, honestly. You just get involved in every conversation because you want attention, you fat neek, honestly.
Wow, that is...
Like, this guy just joins in the conversation to get attention. No one was talking to him.
8, so all 8 drivers, end of the pit lane. Whilst we wait for Vision to do his thing.
What is he? Okay.
As the stolen drone comes up to inspect. Drone's name today is Virgil, if you're interested. So, just a reminder, Relu, Salaman, and Emmy is out of qualifying, which means top 8 go through.
Bet.
Right then, we're gonna reset lap times. Reset. Timer mode. Bosh. Pits open. Ladies and gentlemen, Q3 is underway. The fight for pole position. Again, let's see who's leading the way. James leads the way there. Who out on track? Nero. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing a car. Don't know who's not gone out.
The Ferrari here.
Oh yes, the fraudulent driver of Pine Melon.
Right.
I actually don't know where he's gone. He's not in the game.
Oh, he's rage quit. Doesn't have the speed to compete with the front. No wonder.
Messi's been banned too.
He's banned. Okay.
Is he banned as well?
Why are you DMing me, bro? What the hell? What the? Banned for 1 day.
Stop getting banned, guys!
Guys, what's the reason? Harassment, offensive item. You fat guy. You're obese. You can't even climb a fence. Fucking retard. He's an idiot. This guy. Oh, but I don't get mad. I said the same thing and I don't get mad. See, I think it's because you're black, Melon. I think it might be because of that. Don't know if the skin tone has
right, let's
anything
keep
to do with
this
it,
a bit
but that's
family
just...
friendly, shall we? Nero's driving backwards. Nero
James
is
Rigby
going to
going
have to
purple,
get a penalty for that.
29-0.
Unless, did Nero get? No, Nero didn't get. He doesn't remember his passwords. This guy is honestly. These guys are going to lose the championship because they keep on getting banned.
Oh my gosh! All right. Oh, James Rigby currently on a flyer of a lap 29-0, 19.7 in the middle sector. Now, we've seen quicker middle sectors in a 19.7, so let's see what James Rigby would do in the final sector. As they got 2 to go, 2 corners to go. Opens the corner as much as he can, not as much onto the grass as he's been in the previous lap, so better off for him. And powers to the line. It's a 19.6 for James Rigby. Personal best form, all qualifying, but it's not quicker than Forrest's Q2 lap. Not even Green's Q2 lap. Still about a 10th off of that. So James Rigby definitely got some time to find Forrest on a lap so far. Again,
Actually
with
quicker
2 to
than
go,
James's
rounding
middle
the
sector.
final corner by about half a 10th. First sector is about 3/10 off though, so Forrest actually backed off on his lap. I could hear him. Oh, never mind, he didn't. 19.7 for Forrest. Pailuka with a 20.1. Green's on a lap as well. Currently going through turn 5, approaching Albon corner. Pailuka saying he's slow in sector 3. Mercedes having to find some time through that sector. 29.2 for the reigning champion in the first sector. James going even quicker on his lap so far. Well, by the slenders amount, he went 4 thousandths quicker in the middle sector, and like I think again 4 thousandths quicker in the middle sector or the first sector. So James Rigby, and he's invalidated. Okay, well, nice.
Green quick through.
Ninja Warrior. Yeah, 19.7. It's not an improvement even, so it shows how quick his middle sector was. Let's see as he hops over the red curb. Into turn 11, turn 12, and now 13. Hairpin. Oh, it was a 4 wheels off the track. I think it's just enough to keep him within track limits. But Green Award across the line. Another 119, but he's definitely got some time to find. It's only a 19.9 for him. So the top 3, all within the 19s. Pailuka, I feel like he can also enter the 19s if he hooks up a lap together. We're going to go on board with Pailuka. Let's see what he's doing. Or Nero, okay.
Starting his lap. Oh, actually, Zan. Zan Oath and Forrest just about to start his lap, but Zan finishing his lap time.
So Zan for Zan Lioj.
Yep.
P5 crosses the line. It's 129. Okay, well, all right.
I thought okay, he's starting his lap. Forrest also starting his lap. So this is the pointy end of qualifying now.
Melon needs a TP. He's got 3 minutes.
He's got 3 minutes to get into a Ferrari and drive.
Got an outlap and a flying lap to do. So that 1 lap that he's got is gonna have to make it count.
Indeed.
29-1 for Nero. Green also improving as well. Let's see what Green's up to. Currently going through turn 12. This is. And now 13. You can hear the engine braking. Clobbers a curb through 13. Easy flat round 14. And Green and Warrior looks like a pretty tidy lap. Can it be enough to strip pole away from James Rigby? It is by the slenders of margins. It's a 19.608 with 2:20 on the clock remaining. Forrest also improving in that first sector. Is actually
Kanye's
matched
leaving the pit lane.
James Rigby's. So Kanye leaves. He's joined on an alt.
Believe it or not, the alt's called Kanye Melon.
Yeah, it is. So Melon. On an alt, at least we can still determine Forrest really flying though in the BMW. So Forrest cooking up a lap with 2 to go. Green improving in that first sector as well. Forrest needs to keep it nice and tidy, which he does, and he's just got the main straight to deal with. So now let's see what Forrest will do as he crosses the line.
Oh no!
He improves. It's 19.6, but it's not even enough to beat James Rigby. The top 3, all within a 10th of each other with a minute 40 remaining. Jam puddle now crash. Just try to.
Green's on a quick lap. Green's on a quick lap.
19.7 in the middle sector for Green Ninja Warrior. James Rigby's invalidated his first sector, so it's not going to matter for him. Green rounding the final 3 corners. He's going to reset his tires to go for 1 final lap. I don't think it. Does that break your car? Actually,
it does. It's against regulations actually, but we're going to have to take a look at that because everyone's been doing it, to be honest.
Okay. Alright, well,
Kanye
Ninja
starting this
Warrior
lap. Kanye
will
starting
have
this
one
lap.
more.
It's one and only
Kanye,
lap in
here we
Q3.
go. He needs to make it count. Oh, Forrest, purple. Oh
Whoa!
my, Forrest really finding some time, really pushing the limits here in Melbourne, trying to do anything to get on the pole position. So BMW might be title contenders with this type of lap. He is opening the corner through turn 11 as much as he can. He's just got the final sector to navigate through now. Forrest on an absolute stellar of a lap right now. 28.9, 19.5 in the middle sector. One corner to go for the BMW. Number 15, Forrest hasn't sat on pole position, but well, I think he's got one pole position. Can he get another one here?
Oh my
He
days!
can. 119.558. Lost some time in the final sector,
Kanye's
but
invalid.
he has made that lap count, and Kanye's invalidated an absolute fumbler. Green says he's fumbled as well, so it's only up to James Rigby, who's just started his final lap. So Green can only get to the front row. James Rigby still the only one to navigate the lap. Let's see what he can do. Can he beat Forrest? First sector, 29.3. He's miles off in that first sector.
Those sectors were brilliant from Forrest.
Absolute perfect sectors. 29.3 for James, 29.2 for Luca. Don't think they'll be able to improve. Only 4/10 down, James. Washed. Okay.
James is improving. James is improving.
He
He's
is
only
improving.
a
It's a
10th middle sector.
19.6. He's gonna need a perfect final sector if he wants any chance of stealing pole position away from Forrest, which would be heartbreaking with that brilliant lap that it was. It's not gonna matter. James Rigby's flipped at a 10-11, and James Rigby, D1 bottler for the Brit. He has fumbled his lap, and what a lap it was. Oh, we still got Nero improving as well in the middle sector for BMW. So can he improve his position as well and maybe get up closer to where his teammate is at the front of the field? Nero rounding the final corner now, all of the curve through 13, and here comes the second BMW. 29.2, 19.9, near to cross the line, and he doesn't improve his time. There's your grid set for the Australian Grand Prix.
Zan on a lap.
Oh, Zan's, no, he's not. His
you know
first sector's,
Oh yeah, first sector invalid. Right then, your grid: Forest, Green, Jam Pie, Nero, Oz, and Fish Noob. Not seen Fish Noob out at the moment. That was probably one of the best laps I've ever seen from a driver. Forest. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, Jordy?
Brilliant lap by Forrest. Obviously, did not expect to see him at the front of the grid, especially taking pole position away from a reigning champion. Green Ninja Warrior took it away from James Rigby. So Forrest, perfect lap around Australia, and he will start this race on pole position.
Indeed, 19.5. So that is on prediction with what I did. I don't mean to, you know, toot my own horn. That is on par with what I predicted for pole. Anyway.
What is crazy is the fact that he can go quicker. In Q2, he's set on 19.4 as well. So we've seen him go quicker. So I can only imagine what the perfect lap for him could have been.
Indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a few minutes' time for for the race with grid walk and all that sort of stuff, and interviews from all the from a few of the drivers at least. I certainly want to hear what Forrest has got to say about that stellar lap time that he did produce in that BMW, because BMW are going to be elated with this this position. I did say that they're going to be championship contenders this season, and certainly they are. Anyway, my name's Josh. This is Jordy alongside me. We'll be back in 5 minutes' time for the race. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching qualify. We'll be back soon. Oh, sorry, that was disgusting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to live coverage of the Formula Ultimate Season 2 Round 1 campaign. If there are any drivers who want a interview, please raise your hand and Geordie will get to you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for what we're going to make a new segment, and we want to make it an iconic segment. Geordie's Grid Walk, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing Geordie back to the commentary.
Alright, how we doing, lads? How we doing? Alright. Best impression of Martin Brundle. Alright then, so I would like to first off start off here at the front of the grid here. And actually, we're going to start at the back. We're going to start at the back here or make our way towards the front. We got the Emmy Racing cars lining up right now. Currently, okay, I don't know what they're... Alright. Okay. Oh, moving, scoot on up here. This is the MSGP as well. New livery, Emmy Racing new livery. The Heat Performance, a new livery, very nice livery if I do say so myself. Minty at the side, I got RawRacing.com sponsored as well. So there's a Mercedes of Pi Luca, I believe. No, that's actually Grid Ninja Warrior lining up. On his grid side, this is the Aston Martin of Relu here. I don't know where his teammate is. His teammate qualified a few positions below him. Got unfortunately knocked out in Q1 earlier, but I'm gonna hear it with Relu right now. Don't know if anyone would like an interview. Let's see if I could speak to anyone. I got Pi Luca here. Let's see. I'd like to interview Pi Luca if possible. Alright, Pi Luca. I wanna interview you. Hang on. Where's that? There we go. Where's he at? You can raise your hand. I don't know if you're in the VC. Don't think he is. Oh my god. Alright, well, just been given some news, okay, that Kanye Mellon, the Ferrari driver, qualified P8, he is been banned from he got banned in qualifying, his main, and then his second account has just been banned as well. So we're gonna hopefully hear soon from Kanye Mellon. Yeah. Alright. No, Zan would actually like an interview. Okay, so here we'll go here. We'll go here. Who we got here? All right.
Hello, gentlemen.
Zan.
Hello.
All right, how we doing? How are you feeling for the first race of the season?
What can I say? Had to step in for my team. Had to do what I had to do. Got the P6, I believe so. I don't know what position I'm in, but race pace is all that matters. So we got this.
How are you feeling for the race? What is going to be your plan? How do you approach the first race of the season? Obviously, everyone's going to be aiming for those big points. So, how are the reigning constructors champions? How do you plan to attack this race?
Like I always did, like I've always done back in the past. Put my full passion into it, all my attention. You know, try my hardest. Mistakes are bound to be made, but that's what makes you a better driver.
All right, thank you very much, Zan.
Yeah,
So
no
we'll go
worries.
back to Relu here in the Aston Martin. Here he is, Relu. Alright, let's see. Where's this at? There we go. Relu. So Relu made it to Q2 for Aston Martin. Qualified in P10 right now. So, yeah, how are you feeling for the first race of the season?
I think it was okay. Qualifying was a nice qualifying. I think I could also go for Q3, but it was quite unlucky.
Yeah, I was a little bit unlucky during qualifying, but good thing is it looked like the race pace of the Aston Martin did look pretty decent. How are you feeling, and what's going to be your approach for the main race itself?
So first of all, we should see how we are doing in the first race, how we are against the other teams, and let's see what the future brings.
Alright, and that's pretty much all I got really, so thank you for your time, mate. Let's see, we'll move up more up the grid Uh, all right. Let's see if we can move up to the front here. Okay, let's see. We got Greninja Warrior, reigning champion here for Mercedes. Greninja Warrior, if I could have a chat with you. Green qualified P2, was sat on provisional pole for about a minute or so, and then Force took it away. How are you feeling for the opening race of the season?
I'm all right. It's pretty exciting. It's Australia. Not much to comment on it. But yeah, qualifying was okay. Not the best lap, but P2 is good enough. So, yeah, it is what it is.
And this is also your final race in Formula Ultimate. It's going to be a departure for, or with Mercedes at least. You're sporting the number 1. So, any words for us for your final race?
Thank you for amazing races. Yeah.
All right, perfect. And I've
Very
got
fun.
one more question.
I will say, I'm not really leaving. It's more of a hiatus. Because obviously very short career, 6 races, about to be 7. We'll be back. But I'm gonna go on a little vacation first, and then we'll see what happens from there.
All right, perfect. And I'll get one more interview. I think you've got to go to the anthem pad real quick. So just one more question. What is going to be your approach for this race? Obviously, I'm guessing that you're probably going to be aiming for the win. So how do you plan to approach this race?
Well, if you recall, my exact answer from last season, first round, was don't die. So we're sticking with it.
Fair enough.
We're
Okay.
sticking with it. Yeah.
All right, then. That's pretty much all the time that I've got with you. So thank you, Green. You can head over to the anthem pad. Don't think I'm not sure. We got Honk Vision, one of the developers here. I want to see if I can maybe interview Honk. Let's see if I can real quick, if he's got the time or not. I don't think he's in this VC, which he is there.
Ladies and gentlemen, National Anthem will be starting in 4 minutes time. Count it, 4 minutes time. Please make your way to the anthem pad.
Alright, so we've got 4 minutes to finish this up, ladies and gentlemen. We got Astro going through there on the grid. We got some spectators in the car. Let's go ahead and examine a few of the cars for the season. Well, actually,
yeah, 3 minutes time.
Okay. What's it called? I want to examine the cars a little bit. Let's see what the front of the grid has to offer. Let's see what this BMW is. Obviously, the first pole position for BMW this season. You can see a really nice livery. How much Force had to push this car earlier today to put it at the front of the grid and beat out Greninja Warrior. Set a 1:19.4 in Q2. He set a 19.558 in Q3, which was the lap that put him on pole. Okay. All right. Let's see here. What else we got? We got the 2 Mercedes right behind each other with James Rigby splitting them. James Rigby obviously was at Williams last season. He's moved over to Spectron now in the gold and red livery. Back with another BMW, the Zanleo cheer of Zan. Both Zanleo just lining up together. Melon hopefully should be joining with us soon in the Ferrari. A new livery that Ferrari are sporting this season. They are the reigning drivers champions, with the reigning constructors champions actually right ahead of them. So should be interesting how they will plan this race out. How much time I got left? About 2 minutes. Relu here in the Aston Martin. Aston Martin, look at the bounce back from the type of season that I had in season 1, of course. So let's see what Aston Martin can do today. Here's another of the new cars. This is the MSGP, sponsored by Centerpoint, with a striking livery of a pink and white, black, blue, all colors of the rainbow cross delivery. Emmy Racing, we actually got a first female driver. Wasn't able to get with her, but we do have Emmy here qualifying and doing the first race for as a female here in Formula Ultimate. So very historic moment. And I believe we have the national anthem soon, and I think my time's run out, so we're gonna head to the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the moment we've all been waiting for. The first round of the Formula Ultimate Season 2 campaign. We've got a lot of drivers on the grid waiting to go. Formation lap will be any minute now. I repeat, formation lap will be in form lap XX.05. Green got banned as well. How is this guy? Someone keeps on reporting stuff. I believe Green's joined. I think he might be WazYT. We need to wait for Green to get unbanned. Jesus Christ. So, So we've got a Hugh Performance at the end of the pit lane. I don't know who that is. I'm going to find out who it is. It is Crack Dev at the end of the pit lane. So, do you want to run down the grid order? Yeah, whilst we wait for... Oh, hang on, I'm muted still. Actually, desktop's muted. Whilst we wait for Green to supposedly, because apparently he's banned, just waiting for him to sort out his unbanningness.
I just wonder what's up with Melon. I don't know. I'm not sure if he'll rejoin or not. So that car, might be abandoned.
No, he's here. He's in the car.
Oh, he is. Then why can I not?
Because you need to refresh.
Okay. I did. Good 3 times. Still can't see him. For me, he's not in the game.
It's Lazy Genius is autocount.
Oh, that's who it is. Okay.
Yep. So the grid order we had last season, James, Green, and Forest. I'm happy to say that the grid order is not the same, but it's similar. Kanye needs to retire.
Yeah, Kanye. No, yeah, Kanye's. He's just, he just sent me a DM. He says he's been banned by the moderators.
He's been kicked by the moderators. I don't know why.
I don't know if that's the same issue with Green, but he says he can't create a new account.
What moderators have kicked him?
I don't know. That's the same issue. Okay, it says he got kicked by the moderators, but like, if he just got kicked, then he should be fine to rejoin.
No, it's Roblox who's kicked him, none of us. I've just checked logs.
What the?
Where is James? Hang on. Green, sorry. He's banned again.
Yeah, Melon's been banned as well for the same reason. Something's gone on with Roblox, that's why.
Right, we're gonna have to get going, unfortunately. So those who do not show up will be removed from the grid. I am terribly
Green's joining. Green's joining.
Lazy
to give him a sec.
Driver.
Green's joining. So I said, give a sec. Said Melon, I believe. I don't know where Melon. Okay, Melon's been unbanned.
Where is he? Is he in the car? Yeah. Alright. Right then. We're waiting for green to show up.
Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. He sent me a request. Alright.
Okay. Mute lazy. I'm just gonna mute no, I'm not gonna mute everyone. People need to exclaim their differences. Don't know what I'm saying here. Just
It says he needs access.
access to what?
To what? What do you need access for?
Yeah, the server's not locked.
Oh. Yeah, this... What? Oh, it might be because he's not in the group.
No, it's not a group locked game. The game is not group locked. It's just, I don't know. Is it an account he just made?
No, he added me on his friend's account.
Alright, we're gonna have to, unfortunately, 2-minute warning. If no one is here, the track will be green in 2 minutes. Final.
Okay. He says just give it a minute longer. He's trying to join on his brother's account, I believe. He's sent me a request. I don't know what he needs access to. I can
I can't. Okay,
let me
right.
see.
People want to get going.
Yeah, just hang on.
Formation lap start, everybody go.
Oh, for God's sake.
Green,
Alright,
if you're able to rejoin green, I will give you. Oh shit! I forgot to give everyone tyres. Everyone's gonna change tyres on the grid once they start the race.
Alright.
There you go. You guys will have fresh tyres once you enter the start.
Send me a request on his sister's account as well. I was gonna try and be his sister for a second.
Kanye's been banned again. How? What?
Oh my God.
It's an IP ban, clearly.
It's an IP. It's something of an IP. But he's not saying anything. It's just.
It's an IP ban.
I did.
Okay, alright. Anyway, we can't hesitate much longer, as I need to turn on volume. I can't hear anything. It's really loud. Right, we're back. So.
Okay. Madden's still here apparently. I don't know what that was about. My God. Okay.
So heartbreak for, well, for green, as if the race does get going, his car will be removed. So Forrest going down into getting ready for the lineup.
Oh, he needs to join off of me, even though my joins are on.
Grid is nearly formed.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
We're just waiting for Nero round the back to form up for the
We're gonna try one more thing.
Ladies and gentlemen. Nero is formed up on the grid.
I think Green's on the verge of joining right now. If he does join, within the lap.
Is he the Love Lydia? Is he the Love Lydia?
Yeah.
I will sort out his laps.
It's his sister's account.
No!
Yeah.
Right, I'll sort out his laps. James, get in the car. Change the tyres, everybody. Can you also change your tyres? No, you can't. Change the tyres, everybody, quick. 3, 2, 1. Let's give him the pit system again. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Race starting. Everybody, eyes to the lights for the first lap. For the first race of Formula Ultimate. We've got 1, 2, 3. Geordie, take it away.
Alright then, 5 lights on head of drivers for the first race here in Season 2 Formula Ultimate, and we're underway here in the land down under Forest with a pretty decent start off the pole position. Looks like Lydia trying to get a decent start, pull up alongside them. I think Forest is actually bogged down a little bit, and he's off a few positions, so Lydia will be leading into the first quarter. Lydia, of course, being Green Ninja Warrior, as they are currently on it all account. Luca from P4 the grid currently, he's up to P2, so great start by both Mercedes up to P1 and P2. James Rigby dropped off a little bit, he's currently down to P4. The second BMW currently with I believe that is Forest challenging for the race seat, currently up to the inside of turn 6, and Forest maybe he's gonna sneak into the lead here in Australia, but no, Green smart to defend it. Luca also joining in battle as well. James Rigby back up to P3, so he's not fighting with Mercedes. Forest a little bit behind in the second BMW, not too far behind as well. Green continuing to lead out in front. Meanwhile, in the midfield fight, we're seeing Melon right now currently in a scrap with don't know who that is. I believe that is the MSGP. Yes, it is the MSGP right now, currently attacking the Ferrari, and Melon trying to attack the Zanlioj of I believe that is Zan, as we enter the final sector for the first time with Lydia still in the lead. James Rigby applying pressure to Luca, trying to get up the inside is the Spectron car, and Luca doing anything he can. Little wobble out of turn 13 has cost him some time, and James Rigby up to P2 now. So your grid order after the first lap here in Season 2, it is Lydia leading from James Rigby, then comes Luca, then it's Nero, Melon, Zan, Forest with a horrid start from P1, then it's Kilowatt, Emmy, Rilu, Vittorio, Fish Noob, hang on, I can't. God damn it. Why is it? Oh God. Okay, we're fine.
Okay, so interestingly, everyone's starting to fan out a little bit. There's a train starting to form between Zan and Kilroy, Forest and Kilwick. They're starting to close up a little bit now, as we see on this second screen. So there is quite the gap from everybody here. I don't know where. There's a fight actually. Zan and Fish fighting. I don't know if it's going to come across. Zan and Forest, they are clear of each other. Zan's actually, what is happening? Forest has fallen right back. I don't know what's happened to him.
Something's happened with Luca as well. Luca all the way down where Fish Noob is at, so he has made a howler or something. Cause no, that's actually Lydia, aka Green Ninja Warrior, from P2 is leading on early, and then must have hit the wall or something, because they've lost a ton of positions. So reigning champion not getting the best of start here in Australia. Meanwhile, at the front, it is James Rigby leading from Luca now. Melon up to P3, Nero the P4. That was a horrid mistake. 5 seconds back. Yeah, Forest is just even worse, 10 seconds back. The pace that the BMW had in qualifying, it's not the same pace that is in the race right now. 10 seconds back, and we're only 3 laps in. So they need to get that sorted out, because Force's teammate Nero, he's up in P4 near the front of the grid. He's maybe even going to challenge for the podium here. So Force needs to sort whatever he's going. Needs to sort that out.
Indeed, Relo goes straight on.
Relo's going straight on. Okay. So Aston Martin, their season's getting even worse. He's currently down at turn 6 as Relu gets back onto the track. So yeah, Relu and Aston Martin, not ideal for them. We're going to see the Emmy Racing right now. 4-way scrap between Vittorio. We got the other Zanlio here of Fish Noob, and even Green Ninja Warrior as well. He has managed to clear all these 3, so good news for him at least. Emmy Racing on board here with Emily. Here with the Zanlio fighting Fish Noob to the inside. Maybe Emily's going to try, but no, Fish Noob smart to defend it. A little bit of lag, so I think we should be okay. There we go. Alright. So I think Emily has gotten ahead. No, it's actually Fish Noob ahead. Okay. So Fish Noob's still ahead of the Emmy Racing. To the front of the grid we're going to go now. Let's see. James Rigby. Looks like Melon's actually
interestingly, Melon Kanye for Melon and Kanye, the same people. Pi and Kanye having a little scrap going on for P2. Meanwhile, Lydia with Green trying to get himself back up into the top 5 here. It's looking quite exciting this first half of the race, and we are expecting some pit stops happening somewhere around lap 10 or so. It's either a 2-stop or a 1-stop, depends on how the tyres drop off a curb. Interestingly, I'm not seeing. Oh, it's because I'm not actually.
Yeah, Yeah, so Paluca, as you said, in a scrap with Kanye Mellon and the Mercedes v Ferrari. You got the CC limits being posted in the
So
chat.
CC limit 10,
10,
15, sorry, 10, 15, and 20, as always been 10, 5, then 15, 15, and no, 10, 5, 15, 10, and 20, 15, and then 25 disqualification.
Alright, perfect. Okay, so Paluca, look like he has overtaken the Ferrari once again up for P2, so he is definitely putting on a fight. Is the Mercedes right now, but this is allowing James Rigby out in front to just run away with it. So they need to probably, instead of fighting, they need to find a way to work together to catch up to James Rigby. Because otherwise he's probably just going to be running away with this. And obviously he has the record for the most dominant race win, which was 22 seconds back at this very venue. And this was round 2, I believe.
Yep, round 2, this very track.
Yeah, this very track. Last season, Paluca still having to go defensive mode here against the Ferrari of Kanye Mellon. Oh, he's fumbled it because I can't really tell. Yeah, he's made a bit of a mistake of it, and yeah, he's
him back into Nero, Zan, and Kilwick.
Yeah, so now they're right behind. Salaman's boxing to retire. No, for what?
Interestingly,
that is the MSGP, I believe.
Green having a gut fight in the MSGP of Kilwick. He's going side by side through the high-speed section of the track. Green just staying ahead. I believe he's managed to make a place on him. He's starting to hunt down Oz for that P5. He wants P5 around here.
Oh no!
Oh, Green!
That is not 2 words. Green's flipped it. Oh my days! It's horrid, horrible start for the reigning champion here in Australia. He set up this at the grid walk. His main goal was to not die, and that's exactly what has happened to the Mercedes. So it's not a big send off. We got Pi now fighting for the lead. Now so James Rigby now the one having to go for into defensive mode. So while one Mercedes is struggling, the other one looks like he is thriving out in front, challenging James Rigby for the race lead right now. Currently in the turn of 5 we go. Paluca is still behind the Spectron for the moment. Mellon not too far behind after that early mistake on the previous lap. Let's see if he can try and catch back up to this. But Paluca, he has got a better exit compared to James Rigby. Now he's side by side with him down the back straight. These two better go wheel to wheel into that quick chicane. I can imagine that could be pretty nice with these two. Paluca versus James Rigby. Could this be the fight of the season? We shall see later on as it progresses. But James Rigby still ahead of the Mercedes for the time being. And Paluca isn't able to find a way through on this Brit. Very tough cookie to crack. It's proving James Rigby right now as we enter turn 11. Mellon looks like he is slowly starting to close in. If you don't mind, I'm going to rejoin because I like to get in there.
So, Paluca around the outside of James Rigby. He's going to make the move. He runs a little bit wide, and that is going to be a CC. Having a look at CC limits, actually. Nero is on 8. Limit is 10 for 5-second time penalty. And hopefully we don't get races decided this season on time penalties, because that was one of the flaws of last season. It is 4/10 the gap between the top two. Nero 5 seconds off. Forrest managed to get ahead of Emmy, who's now 10 seconds off.
You need to unlock the game, because it's locked.
Unlock. Slot off. Rejoin.
Let's see. Followed user has left the experience, bro. Okay. There we go.
Anyway, fighting. Still having a fight for the front. Still 4/10. Separating these two, and it looks like it's closing. Pi looking to try and pull out the slipstream. The Mercedes mean championship protagonist, as Green is calling it quits at the end of this season. Well, not at the end of the season, midway through the season.
No, right. Yeah.
As he is struggling to try and get himself back into the points. Meanwhile, Pi just trying to stay alive in that Mercedes. There's 5 different teams in the top 5. BMW fallen off a little bit since we ended up here. Having a look at the track map, James Paluca, and then you've got Kanye, Zan, and Nero having a fight. Forrest, Kilwick. Forrest just getting ahead of Kilwick, I believe. Yes, Forrest is now ahead of Kilwick. And then Fish Noob, Emmy, Dev, Vittorioso, Green, Lone Wolf, and Relu far behind. Relu currently struggling for points, but Vittorioso looking to try and fight for these points. As we're going to have a look at this fight between Zan and just Nero. they're still side by side going through. They're side by side actually going through this sector. Not anymore. And looking just behind that, then there is the BMW Forest getting all up in this grill here.
So he's climbed up positions a little bit from where he started. Started P1, jumped on all the way to P10, and he's now back up to P6. So Forrest has definitely put the throttle down and gained a few positions. Now back up to where his teammate is. Meanwhile, the fight at the front of the grid has died down a little bit. James Rigby about 6/10 clear of Luca, with Melon. It looks like he's been dropped a little bit. He's now 3 seconds back between these two, and then Zan right now for Zanlioj is in P4. I think he's actually about to be in a fight with both BMWs, which it is right now. 2v1. Zanlioj versus BMW, Forrest and Nero trying to overtake Zan now, and I think it was a little bit of a mistake. And actually, Zan's gonna call it into the pit lane. So he's not in the pit box for Zanlioj. Let's see, we got an early stop here on lap 9 from the set of medium tires. What is he gonna put on? He puts on. Oh, he's just trying to find his pit box right now, I believe.
Oh shit! I'm a fuck. Go Zan, go Zan, go. I've completely made a mistake. Go Zan. Coming again.
Oh.
Actually, no, don't go. Sit in the pit box. I'm terribly sorry, Zan. I will give you.
Oh,
if you wait in the pit lane, I'll give you a pit back. Go stop in the BMW one. Stop in the BMW one. There you go. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh.
I will give you the laps back. I'll give you the lap back that you've lost. Just wait at the end of the pit lane, and I'll give you said lap back.
Alright, we're gonna go to the other fight. Let's see, James Rigby, a little bit of mistake through turn 9 and 10. Little wobble on the exit, so that's allowed Luca to close up a little bit. So Luca now all over the rear end of this Spectron here as we go into turn 11. Looks like to the inside, the Mercedes is gonna try and go. Can he get the move done, James Rigby? No, he's gonna force them the long way around. But Luca, better grip. Looks like he's managed to make the overtake stick, and James Rigby now struggling for tire and he's now into the pit lane. So James Rigby into the pit lane now for Spectron. And Melon actually follows him in, so Melon's in the pit box as well. Luca has opted to stay out. So there was that. Forrest now up to second place. Luca up to P1 after a great overtake on James Rigby. Let's see as well. Don't get banned. Alright. There you go. Okay. Alright, we're making this work somehow. Okay, so Melon and James Rigby have cordoned into the pit lane. There goes the other Mercedes. That is going to be really sad to see. You can see there's Green Ninja Warrior. Melon's currently side by side with Green Ninja Warrior. He's actually, Green's cleared one of the Emmy Racing, and that being El Guapo right now. But Green Ninja Warrior against Melon. These two have fought a handful of times, of course, in various other leagues. And Melon on the fresher tires. Green, bet she's driving a little angry right now. Leon's had an issue or something. Zan's had an issue. Don't know what's up with that. He spun round.
No, he's waiting to give his position back and waiting for Nero to pass, and then he can take that place back as Nero did pit.
Okay, so Nero is into the. He did pit again. Okay, James Rigby, he's fine. He's actually, I think he's approaching the Aston Martin right now, Vittoria, which he is. A little bit of oversteer. His tires are gone. What the heck is this? Forrest into the pit lane now. So Forrest is coming to the pit lane. Zan having an issue. His car's bugged apparently. Oh no. So his car's glitched out.
Disastrous for the reigning world champions.
Okay. Well, James Rigby, I believe he's with Luca now. Is he? Yeah. Okay, a little bit of lag. We're fine. Luca, I think he has pitted once again, and he's come out, or he's pitted now, and he's come out behind James Rigby. So the undercut has worked for Spectron Melon as well. He's managed to close that gap to these two. So good news for them. I'm not sure if Green pit. I don't think he has yet because he's behind with Melon, but I don't believe he's pitted. Currently in P4 right now. This is what, okay, bro. Let's see. We got another fight down in the midfield, I believe, with let's see. Was it kill? Oh, big mistake by Emily down the back straight. Everyone's, I think the race has calmed down a little bit. Yes, it has. I'm not saying much about it except for the front field.
Yeah. Kanye James, and Pi, who's actually ahead of James. Interestingly. Oh wait, has
Oh, wow,
Pi
so
pitted yet?
yeah, he has, because he came
So
out right behind James.
yeah, Pi is ahead of James by quite a margin, I think.
Decent. No, James Rigby's back ahead. There goes the other Emmy Racing. I believe that is Emily, who's been lapped. Yes, she is. So there goes that. The gap out in front, about a second. Oh, it looks like Green did pit or something happened because he's up to P5 now. Emmy hasn't pitted yet, so my bad. You're not lapped. Emmy
Oz
in
is back in the
P3
race.
right now, so they are running an opponent position in the debut race. So good news for Emmy Racing. Looks like they might be able to compete at the front of the field later on. Right now, Green trying to close in on Melon, not proving easy though, because Melon trying to close in himself on Luca and James Rigby. As I
Green pitted
believe,
yet?
I don't know, because if he pitted, it's kind of weird that he came out right behind the leaders. Because he was miles behind anyways, but we move.
Indeed. So
Let's see, James Rigby. Looks like he can't really extend the gap to Luca. He's still right on his heels, is the Mercedes. So Luca definitely not wanting to give this up. James doing anything he can to stay ahead. We're on lap 12 right now, but to start lap 13. So 45% of the way done with the race or so. Near about. Forrest in P5 for BMW. I've kind of received the message, but we're fine. Luca, what's happened with him? Oh, never mind. The lag. Okay. Let's see. Everything else has calmed down. Nero at turn 1 has bottled it, and he's smacked the wall, but keeps it going. Because I want to go spectate him. Green Ninja Warrior, yeah, he has been slightly dropped by the two, or by Melon ahead of him. Not quite. Gap still somewhere around 7/10 of a second. As Emily has pit now. They're on lap 13. Green doing the best he can to try and close up. Melon has closed the gap to Luca, I believe, which he has. He's now within a second of the Mercedes. I'm saying GG, not sure what that's about. James Rigby is finally looks like he's extended the gap to the Mercedes behind him. Meanwhile, Luca does make a bit of a mistake going through turn 11. This allows Melon to get that much closer now to the inside of turn 13. He's going to try and move with a Ferrari. And the Luca going to force him the long way around. Melon being forced a long way around has to be forced to take a different line. And Luca doing anything he can to defend against his Ferrari. But it's going to prove difficult because Melon looking real feisty here. Look at Green Ninja Warrior behind as well. Not too far in the background. Melon trying to do anything he can to the outside of turn 1. Can he get through on his Mercedes? I think he just about might have, which he has. Melon now crucially up to P2, and Green not too far behind. So this defending that Luca's doing, it's allowing Green to close up as well, and maybe he can have a go at this Ferrari. But crucially, Melon now up to second place.
also going to allow Forrest to catch up as well in that BMW. Kanye has dropped back again. Interestingly, so it's a real fight for this lead here. 5 seconds separating the top 5, and then you got Nero 16 seconds behind. Kilwick, Fish Noob, Vittorioso, Emmy, Oz, Emily, no, not, sorry, El Gapo and Rilu. That's your top 13. Crack Dev and Salaman have DNF'd. Oh no, Crack Dev is still racing, sorry. He's just...
Crack Dev's
no,
racing,
Crack
yeah.
Dev's,
Just...
Track Dev's DNF'd.
Okay. Alright, well, Rilu up on 2 wheels at turn 1, okay. Alright, we're fine. Well, James Rigby out in front. About 2 seconds to gap. Now 50% of the way done with the race. As the clock ticks down, laps tick down, and time is running out for the guys behind the guys behind James Rigby. Got a 2.3 second gap. Let's see. Forrest as well. I need to try and close in.
Forrest has caught Green. Green hasn't pitted yet, I don't believe.
I don't think he has.
Yeah, so Green's
really
still
don't.
yet to pit. Forrest just closing the gap even more to him. Pole sitter, not on pole anymore. Well, obviously.
rejoin once again.
Oh, yeah,
See.
stock's off. So yeah. Sorry.
Keep it unlocked.
Green and Forest side by side, going through the high-speed section of the track. Is it going to end in disaster for one of these two drivers? Side by side still. Forest versus Green. Green forces Forest a little bit wide, and they're all both onto the curbs there. Still side by side. Who's going to be last on the brakes into it? It's whoever's bold. Is it going to be a bold, brave, brilliant move for one of the two drivers? Forest is ahead of Green, and Green drops back. And if I was Green, I'd pit now. This is the time for Green to pit. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Box now, Green. He stays out, though.
Okay. What the hell's going on there? Okay. I'm really confused with Green Warrior. I'm not sure if he's pitted or not, but Melon, now he's all over the rear end of the Mercedes of Luca now, so Melon, he's lost the position to the Mercedes, and James Rigby continuing to extend his lead out in front. And Luca and Melon, the more they fight, the more time they lose. We're on lap 16 here of the Australian Grand Prix. Forrest is now overtaken Green. Nero in the background. He's down in P6 with Fish Duke to P7. Kilowog in P8. Vittorio P9 and Emmy your top 10. So those are your point scorers so far. But Melon, again, just losing, continuing to lose time. The more he fights with this Mercedes. And this is perfect news for James Rigby, of course. So through 10, 9, and 10 we go, wheel to wheel, side by side. These two still going hammer and tongue here, down in the land, down under. Let's see what Melon can do. Maybe to the inside of turn 11. Luca even to the inside. Melon isn't able to find a way past this Mercedes. I think he finally now has Rowdy outside of turn 12. And Melon again back up into P2. And he needs to now push as hard as he can to clear this Mercedes, because it is causing him problems all the time. The gap down to 2.2 though, so it has closed at least on this lap. Maybe James made a mistake. Currently the fastest lap belongs to Forrest with a 19.3. Actually better than his pole time.
There is no point for fastest lap though, unfortunately. Anymore in 2025 regulations this season seeing themselves into. Still side by side, Kanye and Pi, interestingly. For the likes of Forrest, Green, possibly Kanye, near it's a time to try a different sort of strategy. So I think Green's going really long and then pitting a few laps towards the end, maybe waiting for the leaders to maybe run down their tyres. They do need to remember that Pi hasn't pitted, so if they end up pitting, then Pi's back into this fight because he's going to do one less pit stop. And I think this is him trying to save tyres, unless he has pitted already and we don't know about it.
I believe he has.
He has. Okay, so Green's tyres are going to be on the worst end of everyone else's. But this is a time to try a different strategy than everyone else. Maybe go bold for someone such as Forrest, who isn't currently fighting for a podium. But if you pit now, possibly, you've got 10 laps to try and push and catch the drivers ahead. As Kanye gets his lighting up the rear axle there, complaining on exit. It's going to be, yeah, I'd say go for a different strategy. Go against the grain and possibly try a 2-stop. Try, I don't know, 7 stops to try and get points in Mexico. I don't know, hint hint. Anyway, Rilu and El Gapo looking to try and get nearly lapped, about a sector away from James and Pi at this point in time.
Would you look at that? The less fighting. Rilu. Oh, okay, he was just pushing the rev limiter. But yeah, the less fighting that Melon and Pi are doing. Look at that. The gap's closed to 1.7. So looks like my racing knowledge is on par with the top. So there you go, Melon. Let's see. James Rigby now. I think he might even be under pressure from Pi Luca. It's near thereabouts. So not too far behind. But James Rigby, bit of oversteer now. He's struggling on the tires. Oversteering through turns 9 and 10. And Pi Luca now within a second of the Brit now.
This is what Green's been wanting.
Too hard. Huh?
This is what Green has been wanting. He's been wanting someone to maybe start slipping up. Maybe try. Oh, good. James is wide. This is allowing Pi Luca to close up.
So Pi Luca now all over the rear, and James Rigby's caught it. James is into the pit lane, and he's oversteering all the way around. So James Rigby has caught it in for his second stop of the race now. There's a car behind him that's also decided to pull into the pit lane. That's Green Ninja Warrior. So Green has pit, and this is what he wanted. So Green into the pit lane, comes out right behind James Rigby. Hi Green, how are you? He says.
So, Is it
How'd
going
you
to...
end up
This falls into Green's hands here, because if he hasn't pitted, then he's got a free pit stop.
Alright, so these two just chatting about in the pit lane. Alright, that's great. Well, at the front, Parluka now back into the lead. Where's Melon gone? Melon's dropped off a little bit. He's where, wait, what? Oh, no, never mind, okay. Okay,
So, yeah,
never mind.
Forest.
I think this is Forest now. Yeah, so
Forest.
Forest.
Sitter looking to try and get himself back into P1. So, bearing in mind, now net, Forest is in the fight. This is a fight for position. This is a fight for the lead of the race. At the moment, Pie spun it! Oh, no!
Oh, look, it's a big mistake at the exit of the quick chicane, and Forest goes through, Melon goes through, and Pailuka, howler of a mistake down at turn 10. Got wide on the curb, and he just oversteered it into the grass, into the wall. And now, surely he's got to come into the pit lane now.
Yeah,
Those
Forest
tires
runs
are
wide. He's
shot
going
as
to come into the
Forest
pit
goes
lane.
wide. So Forest into the pit lane. What about Melon? Melon will follow him. What about Pailuka? Pailuka does the same thing. So where will James Rigby and Greninja Warrior come out? That is the question. They're coming through 10-11 right now, but they've got traffic all over the place. They got Zanlios to deal with. They got a what's it called, MSGP to deal with.
This is honestly quite
Melon
exciting for
into
the
the
lead.
pit lane. Forest about to exit the pit lane. Meanwhile, James Rigby down the main straight they go. I think Forrest is going to get overtaken by the Brit as the AL exits the pit lane. There goes James Rigby, and the the undercut has worked. Oh, it's actually going to be side by side between Forrest and James. I think James has the overspeed though, and he is going to be ahead, which he is by the slenderest amount. James Rigby into the lead now, and Green and Jawar not too far behind as well. So Green, I think he's up
Green
to
runs
P3.
wide. Forrest is leading.
Worse than that. Yeah, okay, so Forrest is
No,
leading.
Kanye's
now.
leading. Hang on.
Hang
on. Kanye.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Hang on, no. Sorry, my bad. There was a driver in front of him. Who's it? Oh, that's Fish Noob getting lapped. No, Fish Noob.
Oh.
Fish Noob! Because he hasn't pitted, he's technically... I think he's going to try and go to the end of the race on this.
That would be quite bold if he did. He's got 9 laps to go.
Zanlios are known for these sort of bold strategies. Back in Italy, for example, they tried the free stop, and it actually nearly worked. Unfortunately now, no need to toot my own horn here, but I got a podium because they pushed a little bit too hard and got a penalty. But Fish Noob currently, if he kept these tyres in tip-top condition, he's fighting for this winner.
So he is currently your race leader for the moment. About to start lap 21. Keep these tires in check for 8 laps, and you've won your first race in Formula Ultimate, Fish Noob. Forrest to P2, James Rigby in P3, Green in P4, Melon P5, and Pailuka P6. So Pailuka's come off he's come off the worst out of those 4 ahead of him. He's 3 seconds back. So he either made a mistake at the pit lane exit, or he just had a horrible pit stop. Something went wrong for Pailuka, and he's got time to gain now. So we shall see what that is like, as James Rigby still in the squabble right now with Forrest. Forrest doing anything he can to defend.
Got a 5-second penalty.
Ah, great.
But Fish Noob was 2 tenths quicker in that last lap than Green.
Here's James Rigby now applying the pressure to this BMW all over the gearbox of Forrest, so he will definitely be feeling that pressure right now as we go through turn 9 and 10. Melon as well applying some pressure to Green and Jawari, but Green, he's actually the one ahead of the Ferrari now of his former team, lone with a 15 sec time penalty. So Green and Jawari up to a net P4 right now, this is, and James still behind Forrest. And
so Kanye's got 10 seconds. Kanye's got a 10-second time penalty. Fish Noob's in. Fish Noob's got a 5-second, and Lone Wolf El Gapo has got a 15-second. Rilu's got 10-second. And other than that, that's about it. Forrest James, Pailuka, Il Vortroso, all of them trying to get, and Green, unfortunately, he's got a 5-second penalty as well. They're all all hovering on about 9 corner cuts, so it's going to be close.
Okay, so currently still on board with James Rigby. He is very much applying that pressure to Forrest. How many CCs is Forrest on? He is on 9, so he's 1 away. James also 1 away from a penalty. 22 of 29 here in Australia. The gap a 10th between the leaders as they're about to lap the Aston Martin of is that Vittoria?
Yeah. No, it's Rilu.
No, it's Rilu. Yeah, it's Rilu. So Rilu gets lapped, and the lapped car is actually costed James a bit of time because Forrest now has more of a gap than he did on the previous lap. So Rilu gets out of the way of James Rigby, but he's still got Greninja Warrior and Melon behind you, mate. So there's that. Green with a 5-second time penalty. James Rigby wide, so is Melon.
So El Gapo is one away from a DNF, a disqualification, sorry, so he needs to watch out.
He's currently in down P13, unfortunately, for Ami Racing, so it's not been
Double check regulations.
a good debut for him. Meanwhile, Emily, I believe she's down to, where's she at? P6 right now. Okay, so she's coming to the pit lane. She's lapped her own teammate, so not ideal for them. No, I think Zan right now. Yeah, Kilowatt, Neo, or Nero.
30 cuts
They are
disqualification.
okay. So Nero right now, they're all fighting down for the lower end of the table, towards the lower end of the table, P7, P8, and P9. So points are still up for our grabs down there, of course. Vishnu leading this train, Nero in P8, Kilowatt not too far behind as well. Bit of wobble for the MSGP. He tries to close the gap, but Forrest, he's doing everything he can and doing a stellar job of keeping James Rigby behind him. He has extended the gap as well, so Forrest really looking comfortable. Got a horrible start, but he's up to P1. He's within shot of winning this race, but he's got 3 drivers hunting him down, so he's got plenty of pressure to deal with. And a handful of laps to go. Forrest would need to keep this together
If
he wants to
Green
win
wins
the opening.
this would be probably one of the best wins in Formula Ultimate. From where was he? 10th, 10 seconds behind to winning.
Yeah.
That would be brilliant, might I add. Not glazing or anything because he's my driver, but that would be amazing for the world champion. And that would be a drive. This is a drive worthy of world champion at the moment. From 10 seconds behind to fighting for the win is just something that you wouldn't expect from him. But he is fighting with Kanye at the moment.
Well. Remember, he flipped it as well
Yep.
earlier on in turn 11, so it would be a great recovery drive for Greninja Warrior. He's down to P4 though, because Melon has overtaken him. But these two still fighting, and James Rigby now even starting to lose some time to Forrest. Green and Melon still having to scrap through turn 11 we go now, with Greninja Warrior on the outside, Melon defending the inside line, and he's done well, so he's still ahead of the Mercedes for the time being. Meanwhile, Pai Luca, I mean, he has just not been able to close in on the guys ahead of him, so his pace has severely dropped off.
Indeed. So we have got,
Forrest still
interestingly,
leading.
2 trains, which is this lead train, and then we've got the train from El Gapo down to Kilwick, which is, I like to see 2 trains building up in Formula 1. It'd be nice if they were all one big train. But yeah, it's Nero's got a 10-second time penalty now. Lazy, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, okay. So, what do we got? Yeah, Fishnu P6, Emmy down to P7. Currently on board with Nero. He's in the sandwich with Emmy and Kilowatt behind him in the MSGP. But I think this might be an overtake here for Nero, trying to get through on the Emmy Racing car. Running outside of turn 3 this is. I think he might have just made the move stick, which he has. So Nero now up to P7. Unless Emmy can try and fight this back, which you will, to the inside of turn 6. But it's just not enough to keep Nero behind for the moment. Got a little bit of, yeah, there we go.
On the
Okay.
visor cam of Nero, actually, quite a decent camera. They're shaking all around the place, going into the high-speed section. You'd want to keep your foot in. He does keep his foot in through there, and for BMW, this isn't going to be a bad result for them at the moment. P1 and P8, Ghost, as I've still got it saved as a replay. We're going to watch it again as nothing's happening. Double point finish. I'm going to use it all season because I can't get it to work, and the only replay I've got loaded is that BMW moment. So I think we're going to just show it all season as a little joke and laugh. Anyway, back to the race.
1.3 seconds now. They got Forrest leading James Rigby. Gonna do another quick rejoin.
Greens drops back a little bit behind Kanye. Forest leading by 1.3 seconds, which is quite the lead you've got there. Forest, at the moment, will be championship leader. Constructors Championship? I don't know. I still need to work that out. But yeah, it's going to be quite close up the top.
I think it will be Mercedes who will lead it at the end of this with currently P4 and P5.
It might be BMW though. It's going to be close up the top.
Might be BMW. Yeah. Will be.
As
alright, let's see.
Further up front,
So,
Forest has built.
sector.
Forest has built quite a big gap. Looking at my screen, looking at the drive screen, that fight midfield train has built up, and then so there's build gaps in the midfield fight. The front fight is still close, but it's kind of spread out a little bit more now, and it's yeah, there's a bit more of a gap. Forest absolutely flying out there. James loses his rear end a little bit there.
2 seconds clear of James Rigby. Melon in P3, Green in P4 right now. So Green, this is going to be his final race. He would definitely like to be on that podium at least. Probably would have wanted more today, but some mistakes have cost him dear. So Greninja Warrior trying to climb back onto the podium. Melon doing well to defend though and stay ahead. Doesn't really need to fight right now. There's a Q performance car in there. I just now seen that. It was at turn 6 exit. Or like in the runoff area, not sure what that was about, but yeah, we move. Killwig right now. Let's see, Nero. Yeah, the battles died down a little bit in the towards the back of the field. Saw lots of oversteer from Rilu. But let's see. Now into the final sector. Greninja Warriors slowly closing in on Melon, but time is running out, and James Ruby continuing to wag that tail of the Spectron. Oversteering practically every corner you can see. He's onto the grass now. James Rigby, I believe, does he have a 5 sec? He does. He's got a 13 corner, so he's got a 5 sec. Forest has also got a 5 sec. On the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, 2.5 seconds clear out in front. Melon, you said, had a, I believe, a 10 sec, so...
Yeah.
There we go. So, lazy genius.
As we've got drone cam over the left-right section, that is quite a good camera there. We just see Pi Luca going through there now. Anyway, that's just, you know, a little bit of a bit fun that. Anyway, back to what we was doing.
Are you sure that that Melon has a 5 sec? He's only on 14 right now.
Yeah,
10
is
sec,
a
I
5.
mean.
Did I say Kanye's got a 5? He's got a 5 sec.
You said he had a 10 sec.
He's got a 5 sec.
But he's got...
No, he's got 5 sec.
Okay.
I'm getting confused with the old regulations.
Okay. Let's see. Greninja Warriors
James
still...
and Kanye could start fighting.
Yeah, they can. They're closing in because James has just lost a heap of time. Even Green, he's not too far behind as well. Green currently on 11, so he's also got a 5 sec. So everyone in the top 4, or even Piluka maybe. I think Piluka might. Yeah, no, Piluka's on 9 right now. So there's that.
So Forest has never won a race before, I believe.
Wow.
It was hang on, let me check Hall of Fame because I need to get this right. Yeah, so Forest has never won. It was Ghost who won in Bahrain, and it was quite the if you remember, it was quite the dominant win from him.
Yeah,
It won. If he didn't slow down in that final corner, it would have been the most dominant win in Formula Ultimate history, but he slowed down. This isn't going to be the most dominant win in Formula Ultimate history, and it has been quite an uphill battle for Forest, along with Green, as they both made mistakes early on in the race on the final lap. Yeah, it has been a brilliant race from, what's his name? Forest.
Forest, yeah.
He's shown that he is World Championship material, managed to keep a cool head all weekend long.
And he's definitely kept a cool head. Started on pole, entering the final sector now. 3.5 seconds clear of James Rigby, and Forrest had a uphill battle to deal with and navigate through, but he has navigated and shone through and shined, whatever the word is, as he's now Entering the final corner, Forrest never won a race before, making history. Full BMW rounds the final corner, 3.5 seconds clear. James Rigby, he wins the opening race of season 2 here in Formula Ultimate as he takes his first victory in this league, and he finishes 4.5 seconds clear of James Rigby. James in P2, Melon in P3, and even Pi Luca up to P4. What happened with Green? Green
Oh, no.
Warriors slowed down. And he's now down to P5, so Green, something happened with him. And I think Parluka might even be on the
So
podium
yeah, let me
because he's
do some maths. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some maths real quick. We're just gonna let everyone cross the line, because I believe Pi's on the thing.
Green, not a happy man. Nero up to P6, overtakes Fish Noob. Kilowatt also to P7, so Fish Noob down to P8, fortunately for him. But Forrest, top job today as he wins his first race in Formula Ultimate. You're saying a curb spun me around completely after being fine the whole race. Oh,
Zan rounds the final
and
corner, not
Green
finishing
not
last. Finishes
happy.
ahead of the 2 Aston Martins after an issue with the car. Vitor Serioso. This is the first race. Aston Martin have not scored points yet. Anyway, let me do some maths, because if we look at James, 10-second time penalty. Kanye, Green shouldn't have slowed down. I think he would have. Kanye. No, sorry. James, 5-second. Kanye. Where is he? Did he leave?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what he had in his thing. We could double check that. And then you've also got Pi. Yeah, Pi's on the podium.
Okay, Paluca onto the podium. And it would have been Green Ninja Warrior, but he has made a mistake. Oh, it wouldn't even have been Green because he also has a penalty. But yeah, Green made a mistake somewhere near the end of the lap,
Indeed.
and he
So.
is not a happy boy.
Shoot.
Why is everyone parked at like turn 1? What's this
Yep.
about? Okay. So Forrest doing some donuts here. Or is this Ocean's Forest? Yeah, this one right here.
Actually,
Okay.
James drops down to. Did James leave as well? No, James didn't leave. James has dropped to. Yeah, James just about by. Hang on. I'm gonna get the calculators out here as we go. Yeah, we're on the main stream now. Bear with us whilst we do some calculations. 4.415 take away 9.733. Oh, it just misses out on second place. Does Pi.
Pi. Oof. Okay, so James still P2, Pi P3. All right, there we go. Forrest, James, Pi. Your podium. All right then. Okay, let's go Park Ferme. All right. Oh, let me see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have got some news, by the way. Formula 2 will be at 7 o'clock BST. So tune in for that. I don't think I'm going to do a stream for that, but we might do. Depends. Formula 2 will run a bit differently to everyone else. There'll be no there'll be probably 10-minute practice. Anyway, just waiting for the drivers to come into Park Ferme, which is at the start of the pit lane. Forrest goes into his P1 slot for the first time in his career. Brilliant stuff there from Forrest. And you know what? I expect this career to go long in Formula Ultimate.
Alright. Formula Ultimate. Forrest, first time winner here in Formula Ultimate. Pulls up to the P1 board. We're still waiting on James and Pi. That's where they're at. But, can I, like, move this back a bit? Unless you got it stuck.
You got it stuck.
Yeah, it's
Brilliant.
jammed car and.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Collisions off. Collisions are off, cuz. Oh, that's the drone. Hang on.
Oh, what the?
Hang on.
Okay, I look. Oh no. Is this green? Yeah, green is just Alright. Yep. You're not here, but I know you're used to this, mate. I know you're used to this kind of board.
Oh, where am I going?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're transgender. Okay. Never knew that. Alright.
There we go. So we're just waiting for Pi to get into the pit lane. Pi's left. He's got a race. James pulling in second. So Pi will be third. Yeah, so this is your grid. It's your top 3.
Pi left.
Yep. Pi's got a race. All understandable. Do you want to do interviews for the top 2 drivers?
Yeah, top 2. Yeah. Alright. So then we'll start. Since Pilot isn't here, I guess we'll just go to James Rigby then. So, alright, let's see. James Rigby. So, very tough race that obviously still should be happy with P2. But what was that final stint for you? We saw that you were oversteering quite a bit. And how were the tires throughout the final stint?
Yeah, I pit like 2 laps too early. I pit too early in the first one, and then I pit too early in the second one. So I must have had like 11 laps in the last stint. So my tires are completely finished, so I couldn't catch up.
Okay, and what's it called? A first win for Forrest as well. So how do you got any words to say to him?
Yeah, congratulations. Hopefully he can keep it up. He's very quick, so I'm sure he can.
Alright. Perfect. Alright, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Okay. Alright, thank you, mate. Alright, we got Forrest now. Your race winner for the first time in Formula 1 Ultimate. Forrest, congratulations. A winner for BMW. And that's the opening race of the season. And obviously for the first time, you lead the World Championship. So, yeah, how do you feel after that brilliant show of dominance?
It was great. I mean, I didn't really expect that pace, but let's see.
Oh, alright.
I didn't expect myself to be so quick because in quali it was very closely packed. So I was thinking like I'm probably gonna finish P3 because my race pace is not as strong, as showcased by the race start, which I dropped many positions first of all. I don't know why, but then my gears jumped and yeah, I had some issues trying to get it to work, and then I was quite some time down, so just head down and started pushing.
Alright, and yeah, how did you, what's it called? We saw that you had some issues at the start. How did you manage to get back into a rhythm and climb back to P1? And not only climb back to P1, but also extend your lead. How did you manage to do that?
Always, since I've started racing.
Go ahead, sorry.
Since I've
finish.
started I was very often in that kind of situation where because of the pressure and stuff like that, I crashed into a wall or something like that. It happened to me quite often, the mistakes. So I just learned that if that happens, it's nothing, because especially here the races are very long, so I can still come back, and I trusted myself to do that because in quali I was on pole, so I thought I have a chance to get back to the podium. I didn't quite think that I can win this, but I'm very happy.
Alright, that's all the questions I got. So thank you very much, Forrest. Back to you, Josh.
Yeah, so before we get onto the podium, breaking news, Kanye has left Ferrari for Spectron Racing, replacing Epic Lexa as main. That is your breaking news. Yeah, it was a very short stint at Ferrari. No podiums, nothing. That's about it. Not very exciting stint at Ferrari. Maybe, I mean, he used to drive for. He was originally. So anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling now. Time for the podium. Let's see if I've got Polish national anthem lined up. Yes, Poland. Here we go. So, hang on. Let me get the thing here ready. Right, ladies and gentlemen, for your third place, Piluka. Second place, James Rigby. For second place, Spectron Racing, first podium of the season, and his, hang on, bear with, most podiums, his 5th of his career, and Did James fall down? Did he leave? James left.
I got banned, by the way.
You got banned. How have you got? Okay, right. And his first win of his career, second podium of his career, Forest for BMW, and nationality Poland. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the first podium of the season. Very lonely one up there, because people getting banned. National anthem of Poland and Germany. And ladies and gentlemen, national anthem of Germany. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this season, time for champagne. Very lonely celebrations up there as people getting banned, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching Formula Ultimate here in Season 2. We'll be back again in 2 weeks' time for the Bahrain Grand Prix for the first double header of the season. Bahrain Grand Prix and Hockenheim Grand Prix. Home race of current winners in Formula Ultimate and I think championship leaders in Formula Ultimate of BMW, the German team. 2 German teams on the grid. 2 home races as everyone down there having a come fight. Anyway, thank you very much for watching Formula Ultimate Australian Grand Prix. We will have all the issues fixed for Bahrain. Hopefully we get a bit more attendance as well. Thank you very much for watching the Australian Grand Prix. We will be back in 2 weeks' time for Bahrain. See you guys later.